Let's go over to West Adams Prep where Kevin Chow is going to explain to us how to use Google Docs.
Hi, I'm Kevin Chow, ELD4 teacher and tech coordinator at West Adams High School, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about Google Docs. So if you look over here in the screen behind me, you can see my Google Drive. Google Drive has a suite of different applications in it that we used to depend heavily on Microsoft Office. But today, if you want to make a document, a presentation, or even a spreadsheet, you can do this all by using Google Docs. Probably the simplest and the best way to start off using Google Docs is to simply just use documents. And as an English teacher, I use this to run basically a paperless classroom. If you look here, all these assignments are the assignments that my students have done. They get onto the website, to Google Drive, by creating a Google Docs account or Google Drive account. Then they create a document by clicking on creating the document. They type their essay in here, and then by using this button here, the share button, they can then share it with me. So you can see that's my email address right there. Once it's shared with me and they give me permission to edit it, I can then go into their document, let's say this one right here, and then make any changes I want to it. I can put comments in there, like this one here, for instance. I noticed that she had a paragraph here that didn't quite make sense with the logical flow of her essay, so I wrote this paragraph should be about how you met your boyfriend, what he is, and when it was. And then she can go and then she can change that, or if she doesn't like my comment, or she feels that my comment was an error, she can then respond to it, and then I can actually have this conversation with her. The nicest thing about this, of course, is that I can do this simultaneously. So I can sit at my desk and my computer while my students are on their computers, and as I'm sitting there, I'm going through all of their essays one at a time. And previously in the past, for me to do this, I would have to physically create a ring of tables, sit in the middle, and then read all the essays as I spun around in a little chair with wheels. Here I can just sit right here, look at all their essays, make comments, and these students can not only share it with me, but they can share it with their peers. So then their peers can see my comments. And they may see things in their own essays that I haven't even looked at yet, and then they can then decide, you know what, I have the exact same issue. I also have a paragraph that's out of place, or I also have a subject-verb agreement error. I also have used my prepositions incorrectly, and then fix their own. So this allows students to integrate, well, not integrate, but to interact with each other in a virtual setting, asynchronously, so they may not even have to be in the same space. I have one student who is sick and at home because she went to the hospital for 2 weeks. She can still communicate with the rest of her students. She can still participate in the class. She can still contribute to the class from her house, which is miles away from the school site. Of course, this also helps because anytime that I mark up a paper, I don't need to print out another one, or the student does not need to copy it over again by hand. They simply need to make the changes and then submit a new copy to me. If they ever need to see an older version, for instance, let's say that they're teachers who want to see first drafts, second drafts, third drafts, they can go back into revision history and they can see all of the different versions of that same essay and then print those out. So nothing is actually ever lost. This is just the beginning, but once students and teachers get really good at using Google Docs, they can really create an asynchronous workspace that allows students to interact with each other, contribute to each other, and also without the use of paper and pencil.